keeping quiet and speaking her mind. Now she stands where she belongs, right in her truth where she's been all along. She's rolling with Tammy, loud and free, saying what you think or don't wanna be. No filter, no fuss, no let me be nice. She said what she said and she said it twice. She ain't here to play, she ain't here to please. She's cutting through the noise with that southern breeze. If it ruffles feathers, let 'em fly. Grammie Tammy, don't apologize. Welcome to Grammie Tammy, raw and uncensored.
Hey there, mama bears and professional eye rollers. I'm about to take y'all on a little trip back to a time in my life when I made a decision that sounded reasonable at the time and turned out to be educational. I moved to Maine. Yes, Maine. Way up there, where the air is crisp, the people are reserved, and if you're not from there, they know immediately. Now, I walked in there with my southern self, my Kentucky roots, my accent fully intact, thinking people were just people everywhere, thinking kindness was universal. I was still relatively young, thinking a smile and a "how are you" would be met with, I don't know, warmth. No, ma'am. What I got was a look. Not a mean look, not an angry look, just a very quiet, very steady look that said, "You're not from here." Some were rude enough to actually say that. "You're from away, aren't you?" And I thought, well, of course I'm not from here. But I didn't realize that was going to be an issue. Why would it be? Because where I come from, you speak to people courteously. You acknowledge people. You smile at strangers like you've known them your whole life. You hold doors open. You say, "Yes, ma'am," "No, sir." And if somebody sneezes, you don't just say, "Bless you." You mean it. Up there, silence. Just silence. I would walk into a store smiling, ready to greet the world, and it was like I'd interrupted something. Like they were thinking, "Why is she talking?" Because I'd say something simple like, "Good morning." And they'd look at me like, "We don't do that here." Okay? Oh, alrighty then. So we're just existing together in the same space without acknowledging each other. That feels uncomfortable, foreign. And then there's the accent, because let me tell you something. A Southern accent in a northern state stands out. There are assumptions that are made. You might as well walk in wearing a flashing sign that says, "Not from here, I'm from away." Because the second you open your mouth, heads start turning, people pause, conversations slow down, and they're listening. But not to what you're saying. They're listening to how you're saying it. Like it's some sort of performance for them. Like I'm about to follow up my sentence with, "Y'all come back now, you hear?" They think you're stupid. That's what they think. And I can see it in their faces. They're trying to place me, trying to figure out what to do with me. And I'm just standing there thinking, it's English. I'm speaking English. Why are we confused? And let me tell you what else. They are not big on conversation. Back home, you can end up talking to somebody in line at the grocery store for 20 minutes. You'll find out where they're from, who their mama is, what they're cooking for dinner. And somehow you leave feeling like you just made a friend. Up there, you stand in line in silence. You move forward. You pay. You leave. And that's it. Nobody asks anything. Nobody offers anything. Nobody says a word unless it's absolutely necessary. Now, I don't know if it's different for people who don't have a Southern accent. Maybe it is. But I kept thinking, are we okay? Because this feels like a room full of people who are mad at each other. But nobody is saying why. And don't get me wrong, they're not mean. It's not like that. They're not mean. Let me be clear about that. It's just, and they're not rude. They're not rude either. They're really not being rude. I don't even know how to exactly explain it. They're just not Southern. And there's a difference. Because Southern hospitality, it's a whole lifestyle. That's not just manners. That's not what I'm talking about. It's instinct. It's how you were raised. It's opening your door for people, even when you weren't expecting company. Come on in. Sometimes you don't get up, you just yell, "Come on in." It's feeding people, even when you didn't plan to cook. That's asking questions, not because you need answers, but because you care. You're just showing them that you care about their day, about who they are. And when you're used to that, and then you go somewhere that doesn't operate like that, it feels cold, distant. Even if it's not meant that way, I'm sure they're used to it. It's different for them. I wasn't. And I remember thinking that they could stand a class or two in Southern hospitality. And that's probably not fair, but maybe just a little workshop. Nothing major, just a quick introduction to smiling, speaking, acknowledging the existence of others. Because I was out here doing my part. I was smiling. I was greeting people. I was holding doors for people. And I could feel them thinking, she's doing too much. A couple times I wish I would have just let them doors slam halfway through their entrance. Too much? Doing too much? This is normal where I come from. This is basic. I understand I'm probably making all the people in Maine angry, and it wasn't all the people, but the majority. But that's how you let people know you're not a threat. You do those things. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Because after a while, you start to notice something. They do start to warm up. Slowly, very slowly, like you're training them almost, like you're introducing them to a concept they've never experienced before. Because one day, somebody smiles back. And it surprises you. It literally shocks you. And then somebody says, "Good morning." And you think, well, look at that. Progress. They did understand what I was saying. Because people are people, no matter where you go. Some just take a little longer. I always thought it was just a normal thing, but some take a little longer to open up or to warm up. And it doesn't mean they're bad, they were just raised different. But let me tell you something. No matter where I was, no matter how long I stayed, there was always a part of me that missed home. And I've been everywhere. I miss that warmth. I missed that easy connection. Miss that feeling that you belong without having to explain yourself or be judged. Because there's something about being Southern that stays with you. It's in how you talk, of course, first and foremost. That's what everybody notices. How you carry yourself, how you treat people. And no matter where you go, no matter where you go, you don't lose that. I mean, you might lose a little bit of the accent, but other than that, you just don't lose it. You just become more aware of it. Meanwhile, Grammie Tammy's going to be over here smiling at strangers, talking to people in line, probably offending the people up north, and confusing folks in every northern state she visits. Because some things you just don't change. And by the way, y'all got an accent too. Love y'all. Talk to you later.